All right, good morning and welcome to lesson number 3. Okay, so previously we have learned already different operators, and this time we're going to learn how computers think to decide in how to, when this happen or when the scenario happen, what will we do? So we will try to learn how to write it by learning the if-else, and if-elif-else statement. Okay, so one of the works of computer is to do decision making. Okay. And still the same, we're going to use the Boolean data type if it's true or false. Okay. And also the different operators that we've learned in the past. So the arithmetic operators, the less than, equal to, greater than, is not, and or. Okay. So imagine, let's say we have 4 ways, but we're not sure where to go to. So where should this guy go? So it highly depends, right? Because if this way is going to work and you're going to work, then you go to that place. Say this way is going to market, then you go to the market. But let's say this way is going to, let's say, church or something to do with, okay, going to the beach. So it highly depends on what you decide. And let's just say you go to the beach, maybe if it's not raining or there's no typhoon. If it's a weekday, you go to work, or you want to buy something, then you go to the market. So conditional statements allow us to control the flow of our code. That if this happens, what I need to do. Okay. So there are 3 types or 3 cases of conditions. We have if, we only consider one thing. If else, true or false, or if we have in real life, there is a lot of plan A, plan B, plan C. So we are going to use if-elif-else state. Okay. So I'm gonna use flowchart to explain the flow. Okay. So when we mean line of code, it's just one line of code. But when we mean block statement, it is represented by multiple lines of code. And when we mean block statement in Python, they should be aligned. They should be together. Okay. So if statement is that if the statement is true, if yes, then I'm gonna do it. But what if it is false? Do we need to do something? So here for if, you don't care if it's false. You only care if it's true. And if that condition is true, then, so this is the syntax, if, then we indent and we do what we want to do. So for example, if x is 2, and if it's true, then we print x is 2. Or maybe if x is greater than 5, then we can say x is greater than 5. So here, if x is 10, is it true? So it will print x is greater than 5. Okay. So we'll do another example. Okay. Right. So let's say we're going to ask a question, answer. Let's say, okay, input. Okay. And say, do you want to open the door? Okay. So if our answer will be yes, okay, is equals to yes, colon, then automatically when you enter, it will be indented, or if not, you need to indent it. So if the answer is yes, then I'm going to print, okay, open. Open Sesame. Okay. So in here, do you want to open the door? If the answer is yes, then open Sesame. But what if our answer is no? What do you think it will show us? So I input. So there's nothing, right? because only if the answer is yes. So okay, going back here. So sometimes we need to consider the other way possible. So we have another statement we call if-else. So if it's true, then you're gonna do it. But if no, maybe you do the other way. So the Python syntax is written as this. So if this condition is true, then we indent and perform what we want to do there. Else, we do the other way. So here, for example, if x is equals to 3, and if now x is 3, if x is greater than 5, we print this. But obviously, x is not greater than 5, so we do the other way around. Okay. So here, if it's no, so what can we do if it's no? Nothing, right? So if you want to do the other way around, then we can use else. We print, let's just say, keep closing it. So do you want to open a door? Nope. So keep closing it. But do you want to open the door? Yes. Okay. But how about I mistakenly make my caps lock on and I still say yes. Will it open the door? Or okay, what do you think? So here I input. So oh, it says keep closing it. Why? When it's a yes. So observe here that your condition is only when your answer is yes. Though this is yes, but in computer, the y, uppercase y and lowercase y are not the same. So that's the thing. They're very sensitive to cases. And in the future, we'll know why. Okay. So what can we do that in order that yes is still a yes, right? But it's just in uppercase. But we still want it to open if it's a yes. Okay, so remember we have different operators. So we can say or if the other way around, my answer will be equals to yes, then I'll still do it. So here, if my answer is yes, and still open sesame. But what if like here, uppercase Y, E, S, small letter case? Will it still open? And here, still the same. It will keep closing it because you only care. Yep, that's correct. Yeah. In here, you only compare if the answer is this, is the same as this. So though this is yes, and this is yes, but small letter case y and uppercase y is different. So though it's a word yes, but computers doesn't know the words, or programming doesn't know the words. They only know what the structure of the data. Because y is small and uppercase is big. So, okay. The computer does not know A actually, or all the alphabets. Okay. What they know is numbers. That if we press letter, let's say A, they don't know A, B, C, D. But if we put A, that means they know that, oh, okay, it's 65. it's small letter A, then that's 97. So when we have uppercase Y and small letter case Y, the uppercase Y is interpreted as 89, while small letter case Y is 121. So the yes like this and yes like this is different. Okay. So that is why even if we say yes, it's keep closing it because in our condition, only small letter case or all uppercase. So if still consider it, then or I can say answer, we can add another or, either like this. Yeah. Oh, there's incorrect. Missing. Okay. Right. So your condition can be any, and you can make use of the different operators. Okay. Right. And continuing. But yeah, it in real life it's not just good or bad or yes or no, right? There could be, we like to say maybe. So what if it's maybe? So even if else will cannot accommodate it. So if we have a maybe, then we need to use another if statement, what we call if-elif-else. So maybe we check first, condition 1, then we do that. But maybe it's plan B. So you check again, and if you do it. But if the first two does not work, it will always lead to the final. Okay. So in here, if our answer is, let's say, maybe, okay, my answer is maybe, still keep closing it because other than yes and the rest. So if we want to consider in between, then we need to do if-elif. Maybe elif answer will be maybe. And if it's maybe, then we say half close. So it's either you close it or you open. So if my answer is maybe, right now, it'll be half close. Okay. Or maybe, are there another answer? Can we add another elif? It's yes, maybe, or no, right? Or maybe if we really want to be specific, because what if we just say yeah, but it's not an answer, right? So keep closing it. So we can say that we can add another one. Aleph, you can do this. Answer will be no, or answer will be equals to uppercase no. Then we keep closing it. But other than yes, maybe no, then all false. I cannot understand because you only know yes, maybe, and no. Okay, so I could say yeah, I can understand, or so other than the first three, if none of them are true, then you always do the last. Okay. Yep. So yep, that's the if else condition, and okay. So I think I already showed. So it's not just limited to 3. We can add 4 or 5 or even more depending on your condition. You can keep and keep adding. And we have nested if statement wherein it's not all the time when we choose. We need to decide again another thing. Okay. So though I already choose this plan, I need to think again. For example, I plan to choose what I'm going to ride, going to work. I go by bus, by car, by motorcycle, or I just walk. And if I take maybe the bus, then what bus number do I need to ride, or what jeepney number should I need to ride? Because though you have a lot of buses, but which one? So say we pick the bus, so bus number 1, yes, ride it, but no, it's not. Or it could be like this. So to show you example, okay, this is how it looked like. So within inside the if, there's another if statement, but it belongs to this first condition. So indentation is very important. Okay. Okay, any questions so far? So here are some exercises that you can try. Okay, but clue, you're gonna be needing to use one of the operators to write your conditions. Okay. So we can try one, maybe. So for example, I need to know if the number is positive or negative. So how do we know that it's positive or negative? So in here, okay, say I give a number. And since it's a number, I make it integer input. Okay. Enter a number. Okay. So if number will be greater than 0, then I will print positive. However, else maybe if it's not positive, there's only 2, right? You just print negative. So enter number 6 is positive. I input again -10. So it's a negative number. This is where unary minus comes in. But what if I put 0? Is 0 positive or negative? So you can check on that. Okay. So I also have here activity that you can practice as well. Okay, I'm going to send it. Okay, where's activity 3? Okay, here. And still the same, there are test inputs, so you can try, and the output should be as shown on the exercise. Okay. All right, I think that's it for lesson 3, and on the next, we're going to learn the different repetitional statements.